Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and today we're returning to PvP after like a week. So yeah, for today we are going to be doing some death PvP, that is right. This one was an interesting one for sure. I did a mirror match, and death mirrors are certainly something, you've got to always be playing around like, oh, can my opponent shield counter? Can they Pyre Dragon? Do I have the Skeletal Dragon of my own to keep up with that sort of thing? So it's just sometimes it's like a lot of baiting and all that. So definitely an interesting experience to say the least. Death mirrors are so, and mirror matchups in general are kind of like that. But death mirrors in particular, they can be kind of slow, but sometimes you can speed it up just as long as you're doing good enough at countering all of the -60s that get put onto you, because there will be plenty of those if we're being real. But sometimes Fire Elf and Ifrit can be good in this matchup. You can sometimes Toilet into a Rain of Fire, which not all the time, because it is still a death that you're using this against. So good luck with that. Maybe they'll have an Anubis or a Skeletal Pirate or something like that, and it'll just turn out worse for you. But sometimes you can get those combos off, and of course Ghoul is very good as well. So is Vampire in this matchup, and then Monster Mash is an interesting one. Yeah, it is very, very strong, as I've definitely said a ton before in the past. So just being able to use Monster Mash and just gambit like 3 of these for 390 extra damage. I did the math. This one does 970 base damage. That's immense. So it does so much for 6 pips. So it is definitely just It is definitely a sleeper card in a death deck, and I really, really like this card, so you're going to see how it goes. But yeah, with all that being said, I did show the gear off this past week, so if you're wondering what that looks like, it will be in that video. But yep, for now, I think that about wraps up, so I hope y'all enjoy this match. It's another mirror. Awesome. Alright, maybe my deck RNG will be better this time. Don't know if that's on the board, but a lot of this other stuff is. It's early for a Grim. Let's go for that. Probably not want us to Shrike, but I could just threefold again. Yeah, so he's back in folds of his own. Probably switch to Fire Pips then, and just go for that. Why not? Yeah, my RNG is looking similar to last time. But I don't know, maybe if he's not weaving fire, and he might not be actually, we can maybe do something here. Alright, I don't need all of these. Not now, at least. Alright, yeah, he's just spamming me. So, I can put these on him. What's likely is that we're going to see him go for a Turmoil Oni. This is something that I've come to expect will happen eventually. I'm thinking maybe we fuse one of these and try and dig for an Elemental Shield. Because an Ele Shield would be good here. Alright, so fuse that, and then get nothing of value. Sick. Okay. We'll go for stabilize right now, I guess. Attenuate's good. I might do that. Okay. Well, I've got momentum here, so I can do this. And then if he goes for the Bone Dragon, then I can hit him back harder. May just Bone Dragon anyway. Think about it. Another Spirit Shield, also good. Maybe I could Vampire even, if he decides to keep going for that, but we'll see what he's got here. What is that, is the question. Okay, Mash. Funny, I haven't actually seen any Path B matches in the last 2 games. So I think Vampire here is my move. And then I could maybe shield out of it. And see. I'll slow him down a little. There's an elemental weakness. That's also a card that I haven't seen in multiple games. I think I'll cover those 60s right now. And then go for a shield. Okay. I mean, maybe that's not the greatest moves. I don't know. I think shield is my move. Because we could set up a Doom-Oni that way. But I'm thinking out of it, we can go for an Ellie Week. There's a Mash, at long last. First time in 2 games I've seen either of these cards. What's he up to now? He's gonna shield, not a bad move at all. I just need to start pulling Elephants, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. The Fossil is interesting, but probably not right now. I don't know. Ghoul, I think, is what I want to do more than anything. What does he do here? I can attenuate that. And I got more attenuates. Like, we're doing kind of well for ourselves. I could also fossil into a Doom-Oni. That's a play. Assuming he takes off that 60. Which is an important part of that. Probably, yeah, just a weakness. So that makes this ghoul better, if I can get it. But for now, I'm gonna stabilize. And maybe I should be getting death pips as well, just in case I get a headless. So that's what I think I'll do. I'll ghoul this round, and then I'll have an Oni set up, but I'm not sure if I want to use it, given I'd be removing a shield. So, yeah, I mean, the stabilize was really just there to buy us some time. This will take off multiple different weaknesses. And then if he wants to eat a triple buffed Avenging Fossil, he can be my guest. It's also possible that he goes for a Grim, which is a good move if he does. But even then, I think a hit would do mass, wouldn't it? Won't need that. Fire Elf could be good, although maybe not, given... Well, I mean, I could always Elf a Freet. That's another play that I've got up my sleeve. I could do that, actually. But no, it looks like he's opted to let me take this, which is a very strong hit. So he's got 1 buff on his hit to my 3 on this one. I think we're doing quite nice for ourselves. 35 weakness kind of sucks a little, but we got a 30, a 55, and a 20 buff behind it, which that's 4,100 damage. It's going to take quite a bit for him to come back from that. Probably won't want to immolate. I could also just send a skeletal dragon just to do it. We'll see. Although Doom Oni for just random damage could also be fun. Maybe he auras and I mash. But I don't know yet. Alright, now he just went for another headless. So we'll get rid of the immolate and see what we can pull from there. Elemental shield would be nice, because then I could threaten Doom Oni. But we'll see. Get rid of that. Spirit Shield, good enough. Stops a Grim. And if he breaks the shield for any reason, I've got an Oni on him, so we up. Could even Elemental Shield anyway, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Could also just Skeletal Dragon for damage, just to get it out of my hand, you know. Alright, so he's gonna go for that. Would a Doom Oni even be a bad idea? I'm kind of tempted, dude. I could do it into, like, a ghoul or something. Because it's not like those are stacking. I think a Doom Oni right now might genuinely do, like, 2,000. Which wouldn't be bad. That's just how crazy this school gets. No crit on it though, so just losing damage. Surge would be great. Okay, 1,600, yeah. Maybe I just keep the Elephant as is. We'll see. Yeah, because he surged, and I needed to surge here, and I don't have it, so... Just not great. Maybe I will fuse those after all, and just go for this. So his attenuate's gone. Okay, 2 surges there. That's helpful. Alright, we can... Ooh. Okay. I mean... I'm thinking I just do this. And then try and get the Bone Dragon off before too long, like... Death's a spell. Probably won't use. What is that? Is that a shatter? That's a shatter. Okay, well, in the interest of not getting wraithed, I think I'm going to go for a skeletal dragon here. It won't do too much, but it'll get rid of his blades, and that's what matters the most right now. Because that is just free value that he can get with Wraith. I'm not expecting this to do more than like 800, but it still does damage. And it gives me 3 blades to use. Yeah, 859. So decent. Still thinking about that Elfie Freet. The Brace could be interesting. But I don't know. Maybe he auras or something. What's he up to now? Okay, I was afraid of this. Because now he gets those back. But I guess I could Brace right now. Damn, I really went from having 4 skeletal dragons in a single hand to 0. Truly the Wiz moment of all time. I don't know, maybe I'll just Brace, get my pips up naturally, and then try an Alpha Freet. Another Fossil's not bad though. Maybe I should have surged. Yeah, see, that's just the problem. Can't be going for shit. Virulence? Ghoul, I guess, but what will that do for me? Because for a Grim right now, it's pretty bad, actually. It's a decent little drain, but I mean, I've got to... Okay, that's a good pull. That's actually a very good pull. Wow. Don't Wraith, please. Give me your blades. Okay, well, he did Grim, but Skeletal Dragon to get those other 2 blades back to me is going to be very good, because I could still surge out of that. Yeah, I mean, that's 2,600 damage that I just did not need to take right there. But I guess I have this. And with a Dark Surge, I'm threatening something of a good hit. I don't know. No crit, though. That's really going to be the death of me. $1,700. It's not bad. Wouldn't even mind a wand hit before too long. That's actually very interesting. What if I surge into that? That'd be huge. I'm thinking about it, to be honest. Though I would like to pull... a wand, but no dice on that. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of as well. I don't want him to just endlessly get value with those. Maybe I should have elfed a long time ago, but I don't know. How about this? We'll go for this shield. And then we could try and ghoul. Or, I mean, we've got a couple of options. We can Avenging Fossil into a Monster Mash. Okay, so we're gonna Monster Mash this. Actually, we're gonna use this mash. Easy move. It looks like he's got a Myth Pip ready for Purge, which is no fun. But maybe I can see more than one of my elemental weaknesses across 2 games. Who knows? 622 though, that's still good. And, you know, Surge. Well, do I have a Surge? I don't have a Surge, and I probably should have gotten the Headless Pip, but whatever. Alright, so at least we made him give that up. So that's good for us. Maybe... Or, well, no, I just go for this, don't I? Yeah, run it up. Okay, that was aggressive. Don't we just love the Death Mirror? 2609 is our magic number. And I think this gets us there. Yes, it does. That's why I love Monster Mash. It is truly just like one of the best cards Death has in its arsenal. So, yeah, all in all, big dub. Happy about that one, although my deck is pretty raised from that, so I think that will be the last one today.